Hey guys, it's MB Looney. Today I'm going to share with you guys something that I probably should have shared a long time ago. But I want to kind of explain the whole story behind me making this Discord server in Carson City. So back when the game started, and if you've been there since the game started, then you know and you saw this. If you didn't, you probably saw it in the news, but it was like a huge thing. People were like gathering, like it was crazy. You'd go and meet up for a raid, and there'd be like 50 or 100 people. It was a big thing. So if you were there, then you saw this, right? And I don't know, maybe most people saw it just like really cool because it's a game, an outdoors game that you randomly meet up, and it's a cool thing to see just a bunch of people. But one thing that I'm sure you guys noticed was, there was people of all ages there. I remember there was like, yeah, just everything from babies to like people in their, I don't know what age, 80s or something. I'm kind of nerdy in a way that like I like looking up statistic stuff about Nevada specifically, because that's where I live, here in Nevada. And one of the things I looked up around that time was actually because of a friend. She was having a hard time finding a good boyfriend, and I was telling her, well, that's because statistically more than 50% of the people here have already been divorced or are married or are under the age of 16 or over the age of 60. Or are female, and she's not gay. So anyways, somehow around that time I was looking up also like divorces and stuff, right? Because of that. And so I was trying to figure out, why does Nevada have such a high rate of divorces? And so many families that are broken up, end up broken up because breaking up a family does so many bad things depending on how. I mean, it's never good for a child to have parents that are breaking up. It just, I know because I've been through it. And, to an extent, there's things that you can do to make it not so bad. But, no matter what you do, it's going to affect the child. So one thing I noticed about Nevada was that we don't have that many like recreational parks. Like, in Texas, when I used to live in Texas, there used to be all these. One thing I remember from when I was younger, when my parents were together, they would take us to these different parks, and like they were themed. Like there was like Kid Springs Park, and it was like made out of wood. Like it was just like every park was very unique and very fun. Like it was like visiting a whole different little world every time, and it was just like each time was just an amazing time. And I was like, well, we don't really have that many places. Like where would you take your child around here anyways, And my whole point is like, if you can share more family time and have more positive experiences together as a family, then in my mind, you're less likely to end up getting a divorce. Or in my mind, at least the more memories you can make of positive memories, the easier it'll go, or at least it will help when and if, unfortunately, you do end up in one of those situations where you have a broken family. And I just feel like it kind of helps if I think it helps when a child is put in a situation where their parents are divorcing or separating. If they have, I do think like step parents and all that play a major role, or at least other role models around them play a major role in how they recover or how they accept that separation. They need something to look up to. In my eyes, it's like you might have a void, and you need something to fill the void of the missing parent whenever you're with one or the other. It's just a side effect. you feel like you're missing the other half. It's just, I don't know. It's just part of what happens. At least that was my experience, and I just feel like that's what other children would go through. So by being around other people that are motivating to them, or being around a positive environment of other people having fun and stuff, it would somehow be healthy for children. And actually, that's another point. It's a healthy thing to be out there walking and all that. And that's another problem we have here in Nevada. It's like a high rate of increasing obesity in kids. So yeah, thinking about that in the back of my mind. And when I went to this raid, I remember like specifically one of the first Mewtwo raids that I went to. I got the first X-ray pass for the first raid that they made for X-rays. And I remember in Reno seeing everybody out there and seeing all these people of different ages. Everybody's looking around thinking it's so cool. But what I saw, was like an opportunity. I was like, wow, yeah, it's fun, it's cool, everybody's playing the game, but everybody's playing a game, like it's people and their kids. Like this is the next thing. This is what we needed here in Nevada to bring families together. And just one of the other things that's always been on my mind is like I took a psychology class at the college, and one of the conversations we had there was how people who live in poverty, is it because of their environment, or is it because of their genetics and stuff like that? And I felt, and I still feel like it can have a lot to do with the environment, because, well, it's probably both, right? But when you're poor, it's and you don't have resources to even, like, if you don't have the tools you need to succeed, you're not, you're less likely to succeed. That's what I'm trying to say. The point of that being is playing Pokemon Go brings families together, and it brings you resources, because you get to meet people who do different things in life, and then you might need them later in life. You might meet a lawyer playing Pokemon Go, and you might need a lawyer later in life. You might meet a nurse, and they might save your life one day. Or a CNA, which is what I was at the time. And so yeah, my vision for this Discord was to use the Discord to provide as much tools for people to have even more fun in the game, to be more successful in the game, and leveling up and becoming better trainers. But at the same time, being out there and organizing these raids in person to encourage people to go out with their families and just meet up, just get out of their house. And especially, like, also for myself, because I have never been that much of a social person. I'm not the type of person, I'm not used to saying hi to people and introducing myself. I still suck at that. Like, I'm sure if you're watching this video and you've ever met me in person, I probably didn't introduce myself with my name when we met, because I'm still, to this day, I'm not used to saying, hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm like at the point where I'll say hi, and, probably I've given my Pokemon Go game name, but I probably even forgot to do that. I don't know. And so part of it was also so that I could be more social and like kind of get out of my comfort zone and work on my social anxiety, because outside of a hospital setting, being around people just gives me a lot of anxiety. Like, it just immediately I'm thinking all these negative things, and it's just overwhelming, and it's just overwhelming. So when I started leading raids, it really helped with that. And So yeah, the whole point was to bring families together, bring all kinds of people together for a common interest, to have fun. And that's why I started giving away prizes at raids. That's why I started giving prizes to kids specifically in preference when they came out. Was so that, the kids would be having fun. If the kids are having fun, the parents are having fun, because they're seeing their kids happy and stuff. So they're more likely to spend more time together, and especially when I would see like teenagers and all that out there, because, I know, because I've been there, done that in this town. There's a lot of other things you could be doing as a teenager that are not so good. And the thing about Pokemon Go is it's also such an educational opportunity, because it does take you to those historical landmarks and different places of interest that have a historical value in around your town, which is why I still appreciate and really care about which Pokestops become Pokestops, or which waypoints become Pokestops or gyms. Because I do care. Not only do I care about having more in-game bonuses or whatever, that comes secondary. But first of all, does it have a unique historical history? Because what I was going to start doing is start providing that history while we were at the raids, waiting for other people to join up with us. But then remote raids happened and COVID happened. And honestly, those two things just kind of killed the whole thing. So what's left is the Discord. And right now we're kind of getting out of the whole COVID danger zone thing, They're starting to open things up again and all that. And that is my main thing about this Discord, and my main reason that I play is because to encourage other people to come together, to socialize, and to grow a community in my area, at least. And if it includes outside of the area people, that's great. Resources, you never know when you might need someone that is well versed in some particular field that you might happen to need. Maybe that person happens to know the one thing that might save your life one day. You don't know. But it has happened, and I have seen this in the last 3 or 4, however many years it's been already since this game started. You just never know. So this Discord, I'm telling you, I have invested so much into this Discord as far as bots go. And I know you probably, if you've been on the Discord for a while, you're like, oh my gosh, she's always changing things. Well, yeah, I am, but I promise you, I'm trying to just improve it and make it the easiest as possible to access all those tools, because I know that a lot of you may not be aware of how much you can actually get out of this Discord, because I don't see that much people using it to its fullest potential. This Discord literally has everything you need to become the best trainer ever. That's my strong belief, because I look at the stats and stuff that other people have out there. Some of these famous people or whatever, they have all this XP and all this, and I'm like, anybody can have that. It's a matter of just knowing how to get it, and that's the big thing, the how part. There's so many how tricks and further deeper things about this game that can make the difference between 1,000,000 XP and 10, well, no, not that big of a difference, but you know what I mean. It makes a big difference. Certain things, the more you learn about Pokemon, the more, because there's so much about it, actually. So this is why in the next few videos, I would like to explain and show you guys a lot, not only what tools we have on the Discord that I haven't already talked about in previous videos, but like I want to bring it back to like the basic stuff, like IVs and stuff, like what matter, why does that matter, and using a command on Discord to find out if a Pokemon's IVs are good for GBL. Like, why does that matter? Why would you even want to battle in GBL? Like, what does it all matter? So the following videos that I'll be making are gonna explain why you would want to be using those tools and how that's going to help you in the game. And besides that, there isn't too much more that I will be changing on this Discord. I think it's at its as good as it's going to get. Currently there's always going to be bot bugs from the bots that we are using on the Discord. Plus, I am currently working on my own bot that is currently active on the Discord. So it will be changing a little bit, but for the most part, it's as good as it's going to get. And so you won't see that much more changes on the Discord. Yeah, I'm going to focus more on the videos, the explaining how to get the most out of the Discord. And I hope to just get out there again and start seeing some people in person raids, you know, like for in-person raids. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to explain all that, this whole experience so far, you know, and people who have been on the Discord for a long time, the moderators, and just, you know, everybody that I'm best friends with in game. You're most likely a real friend to me, you know. I probably consider you, you know, I would cry if you died, kind of thing, you know. Like, so, unless you're from out of town, then I'm not sure. I'm just kidding. Even if you're out of town, if you're from out of town and we've hit the best friend marks, then we've probably gotten to know each other enough through texting to where I would be bothered about it, okay? So yeah, that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.